Hi, it's Caitlin, and I am welcoming you to the most delicious collab of the year. By Dany Vianna and Whatcha Indie have brought their brains and their creative energies together to create this stunning 16-piece collection and a special magnet set inspired by Wonka. So they did take inspiration from the most recent adaptation of the Willy Wonka story, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whatever the original title is, and they also brought in some inspo from the previous versions as well. I personally always loved the original version as a kid. It was like scary, but also like I couldn't not look. So anyway, I don't know, very fascinating. So this collab is available now by Dany Vianna website as well as the Whatcha shop. It is limited edition. As long as they can keep them in stock, they will. There is a lot to love in this collection, and the magnet is just like so interesting and wacky and adorable at the same time. I love the custom branding that by Dany Vianna and Whatcha put together. It's just really cute, very chocolatey, very delicious, and I'm just really excited for you to see the collection. So let's get into the swatches. As always with these movie inspired collections, we have a narrative being told through nail polish, and we're going to start with 6 sovereigns and a hat full of dreams. This one is inspired by Wonka's arrival in town and how quickly his money dwindles while he still dreams. This one is a shade to be worn as a topper or on its own, with a pink sparkling aurora shimmer, silver holographic dots, and violet ultra chrome chameleon flakes. So I am applying it over a black coat on my index finger and on my middle finger, building it up on its own. This has an amazing formula, amazing coverage, and it's so sparkly. I absolutely love it. Honestly, this is one of those polishes that looks equally good as a topper or worn on its own. But of course, as a topper, you definitely see those shifts a little bit better over a dark base. Next, we have a magician, which is inspired by Willy himself, full of ideal, whimsy, magic, and the feeling that the impossible is only a reach away. This one is a very magical magnetic shade inspired by Wonka's coat, and it has a violet pink gold magnetic effect. So this one has a beautiful formula by Dany Vianna and Whatcha. Create magic. Honestly, their polishes are always phenomenal. And so I am recommending here to apply a coat, then apply the fun little chocolate magnet. I'm going to use the 2 different ones, one on each finger, and honestly I don't remember which one I used for what finger, but you do get both of them, so you can play around and they kind of give you a different effect every time you use it, depending on how you hold the little chocolate kiss over your nail. And also, if you like the velvet effect, by Dany Vianna and Whatcha created this 3D printed magnet, and that's what I've used on my ring finger. And on my pinky, I just used a regular bar magnet for those who like a more straightforward effect. This one has a ton of shifts and just absolutely beautiful color play. I think Wonka would be very impressed by this. Next we have Daydreaming, which is inspired by the second number in the movie when Willy sees a spot closed in the Gallery Gourmet and he dreams of opening Wonka's. This one has an orange copper magnetic base with a purple to pink background. Sometimes I can't believe how I'm filming a video and like there's just so much freaking noise happening. I apologize if you can hear my neighbors who are privileged enough to hire someone to cut and blow their lawn. Anyway, this is Daydreaming. It is beautiful. As you can see, it looks really interesting when you apply those special little chocolate magnets. I'm holding them over the nail for longer than you're seeing in the video. I would say 10 to 20 seconds. And I got like a cool kind of cross design on my middle finger that time. So this is just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Again, you can also just use a bar magnet or the 3D printed magnet, which I absolutely love here on my pinky finger. Moving along, we have Double Huh, and this is inspired by silver linings and the alliance it brings between Willy and Noodle. We have a sheer black base filled with blue Aurora shimmer, silver reflective glitters, and matte yellow lightning bolt glitters. So this one is really, really fun. It's also giving like a bit of Harry Potter. But the lightning bolts are quite plentiful. I did leave my bottle upside down between applications, so I didn't have to fish around too much for them. And they came out relatively easily. I mean, I had to be a little bit intentional swirling my brush around in the bottle, but was pretty easy overall. And this one is definitely going to be a candidate for a glitter top coat and a quick dry top coat. I would definitely say double up because those lightning bolts are quite large and they do have texture and sort of stand off the nail. So I will also recommend building this one up in 3 coats to get the most out of that sheer base. And here you can see it with top coat. It's incredibly sparkly, super dreamy and magical on the nail. And again, probably something Willy Wonka would really love. Now we're going to take out Little Orange Man, who is inspired by one of the characters most known in all of cinema, as well as their songs. I love the songs that the characters inspired by this nail polish sing. This is a green jelly base with an orange gold green magnetic effect. Fun fact is that I do know all of the lyrics to, I guess, the Oompa Loompa song from the original movie. Used to have it on my iPod when I was a teenager. That tells you anything about me. So this has a really great formula. Again, putting down a coat of polish, then going in with the magnet. You can see how that green base reveals itself when you apply the magnet, and you just get this really rich, gorgeous effect. And I do really love this 3D printed magnet that is a collab between Whatcha Indie and by Dany Vianna. You can pick it up in their shops. It works really well. And the chocolate magnets work really well too. They are just a little awkward to get used to and hold because there's not much to grab onto. And here it is with a cat eye effect on my pinky. This next polish is a Little Parteee, and that is apparently a candy used as a distraction. That's a party on itself and comes in cute little wrapping. This polish is a sheer purple base with purple Aurora shimmer, purple reflective glitters, and red metallic shreds. I haven't seen the latest movie, so I don't know what this is inspired by, but the polish itself is really pretty. This one is great. You do build it up nicely in 3 coats, but if you don't want any chance of your nail line appearing through it, I would recommend applying it over a orchid type base color. It's just going to complement everything and get you to opacity a little bit faster. I do really like the red shreds, metallic shreds. They're really interesting. So here it is with top coat again. It is reflective glitter, so you might want to use 2 layers of top coat or glitter grabber and top coat, but this one is so pretty. I love the subtle shift in it and the contrast of the purpley base and the red glitter. Now we're looking at Noodle-Dee-Dee, who is inspired by none other than Noodle herself and the moment of freedom and dreams she experiences with the balloons. Definitely can see the inspiration of balloons here. It is a candy blue crelly base with a mix of neon hex glitters, and I think there's also little white glitters in there. Just a really pretty combination of colors with the base, and yeah, just a fantastic formula. As you can see, very even, very easy to apply. Depending on your application style and your preference, you might leave this in 2 coats. I probably would leave it in 2, but if you choose to take it to 3 coats, you'll definitely get more glitters and more of that crelly ponding effect. And I will recommend a generous layer of top coat here. The glitters actually lay pretty flat, so you might get away with a layer of top coat, not having to use the glitter grabber, but to each their own. And you can see here, this is just really pretty and glossy with that top coat. Now we're in for a treat with Abigail's Treat. This is inspired by the acacia mints, which apparently giraffes love. This one is a sheer white base with a mix of green Aurora shimmer and white irregular glitter. I saw this in the bottle and I immediately knew I would love it, and I did. I wasn't wrong. I love it so much on my nails. This one is an instant favorite for me. Definitely one of my top picks from the collection. Everything is perfect, from the formula to the color shifts to the opacity. It's perfect. So in 3 coats, you might see your nail line at certain angles. So again, use a visible nail line blurring base coat. If you don't like that, apply it over a white jelly, whatever, but this one to me is perfection, truly, and I can't get enough of it. Now we've got a really interesting, very delicious looking polish called A Boost in Confidence, though the label on my bottle said A Boost in Self-Esteem, so it could be either or if you're planning on shopping. But this one is inspired by the giraffe macaron, and it says to fill one with confidence as tall as a giraffe. This one has a sheer pale yellow base with gold aurora shimmer and matte brown irregular glitters. When I saw this one, it was kind of reminding me of like caramel and milk chocolate, but I guess it's actually sort of inspired by a giraffe, which is really cool because I definitely see that as well with the markings and the base color. It's really beautiful and unusual, and again, perfectly executed. You will likely need 3 coats and definitely a generous layer of top coat just to smooth out those irregular glitters. They have a little bit of texture. Now we're going to look at the trio of Mean Chocolatiers, the Chocolate Cartel. Each polish has a mix of small and micro white glitters, trying to emulate a pinstripe effect. And there's also a magnetic stripe, which is the color of each chocolatier. First we have Slugworth, which is a blue magnetic with small white glitters. As you can see, this has a fantastic formula even on the first coat, and it would be interesting even if you didn't want to magnetize it. It has a fantastic, beautiful formula. But I got a really, really cool effect, and when you do apply the magnet, those white irregular glitters become very apparent, and it's just, honestly, these are so unique and really, really fun nail polishes, this particular trio that we're going to look at. Now these do have texture from the white glitter, but it does smooth out with 1 layer of top coat. In my opinion, they just look amazing. I think these, in my opinion, look better with the chocolate magnet or a cat eye effect versus the velvet effect. That's just my opinion. I think you get more of the element showing through, but it still looks amazing however you choose to wear it. And then there's Ficklegrubel, which is a green magnetic with white small glitters. Again, same thing that we saw last time, but this has just got a really pretty, I don't know if it's really green. To me, it's more of like a turquoisey, but you can see it here. It's color accurate to what I saw with my eyes, and these will have a little bit more challenging of removal just because of those tiny white glitters. Not super difficult, but you will have to scrub or use the tinfoil method or nail clips like you'd use for removing gel polish just to make it a bit faster. But in my opinion, totally worth it. And lastly, from our trio of the chocolate cartel, we have Prodnose, which is a mustard yellow magnetic with small white glitters. This one is so unique to me. When I apply the magnet, you're just going to see it come to life in a different way. But this kind of reminds me of honey. It's very sweet, very delicious, very beautiful. Such a beautiful fluid formula. As you can see, these are opaque in 2 coats and just so much fun. Now, apparently alongside the mean cartel, we have paid in chocolate. Their means to their end. I guess that's a reference from the movie about the plot. This one is a crelly white base with red metallic flakes and shreds and iridescent flakes. Now this one is giving peppermint bark that you get at Christmas time in the best possible way. This is stunning. The white crelly base is like literally perfect, honestly. Not streaky, doesn't run on the nail, it stays where it's applied. It's literally perfect. So I love this polish. I think it's really unique. I have absolutely nothing like it in my collection. And yeah, I just really like it. So 3 coats. That will get you to like a jelly crelly opacity with this if you want to layer it over a white cream because you hate any little bit of nail line showing through, go for it. But this does actually cover your nail line quite well, but it keeps that squishy, really plush looking finish when you apply top coat. And here we have Death by Chocolate, almost at the end of the tail, and this is a yummy brown jelly base with light gold magnetic effect. This is truly beautiful and it has such a beautiful formula. This one has like a kind of a jellyish finish to it, even though it's on the metallic side. Very, very unique. It is described as a brown, but there's a lot of gold in there. So for me, overall, it comes off more as a golden polish than a brown, but I love it and definitely setting this one aside to wear again, hopefully soon. It just is absolutely beautiful. The formula is fantastic. And this time I opted to apply 2 coats, then I applied the magnet. You kind of see you get like a really interesting magnetic effect again with those chocolate 3D printed magnets. Just a really fun and interesting way to wear your nail polish, but this one I think in particular looks beautiful with the velvet style application. Just kind of really works with the richness of the color and giving it like a really luxurious look. And last but certainly not least, at almost the end, actually we still have one more after this, but this one is called Golden Secret. And this one is about sharing the true magic of what makes a Wonka chocolate special. This is a gold metallic crackle shade to remind us that memories shared twice are more special. So if you didn't want to top coat it, you get this kind of funky matte look, but I really love this one with a top coat. It looks so luxurious, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really into this look. So I personally really love it over the black. I think I'm gonna wear it again. And I was just kind of really surprised by how much I liked this nail polish. The crackle effect was really strong. These polishes need a base polish under them to work. So I actually tried applying it to see like, oh, what if you don't want the crackle effect? It just doesn't really work at all on a bare nail. So here, alternating over a black cream and a white cream, it just looks fantastic. And at the very end of this collab, we have Pure Imagination, which is a shade to be worn on its own or as a topper, with a sparkling pink to gold Aurora shimmer, gold reflective glitter, and satin white 4-point stars. So of course, applying it over a black, which I think makes it pop the best with the Aurora shimmer. Or of course you could wear it on its own, but I don't know if it looks as good on its own in my opinion, and you're not really gonna get opacity. So if you like a very, very sheer nothing on your nail except sparkle, definitely go ahead, go wild, but this is not gonna build up to any sort of opacity on its own. So layer it over a ridge filling base coat, a white jelly, whatever you want, or of course over a black, and that just looks absolutely beautiful. And this was a very special and fun collab to swatch. So I really want to talk about 6 Sovereigns and a Hat Full of Dreams first, because I just love glitter. It's a well-known fact about me, but I loved this one on its own, and I loved it layered over black. It just really, really popped. There's some like incredibly holographic glitter in there, gorgeous shimmer. It's just so like Wonka-esque. I don't know, I feel like it really embodies the theme, and it has an incredible formula. Now, there were a lot of magnetics in that collection, and there was a lot to love. A Magician was absolutely stunning to me. I love purple at the best of times, but add in like a rainbow of multi-chrome shifts, the magnetic effect. It has like every color, and it has an impeccable formula. I like Ficklegrubel, maybe just because it's fun to say the name, but I've never really seen a nail polish like that. I've never seen a magnetic with that color combination, and then you add in the glitter. It just makes it so fun and unique. And also super, super love Death by Chocolate. What an amazing way to die. Not actually, but I don't know. I've kind of been like hoarding gold nail polishes lately. This one is beautiful. It's soft, but also the magnetic effect makes it very interesting. If you wear it the cat eye, it looks great. If you wear it the velvet effect, it looks great. Even looks great if you don't magnetize it. So I just really, really like that. And I love Abigail's treat. Obviously, like that's like my nails, like, yeah. I can't even speak because I love it so much. It's like they knew what I wanted and created it before I could even say that I needed this nail polish. Perfect, perfect formula. So many beautiful colors in there. Love the addition of the little like white glitter bits. It's just amazing and absolutely unlike anything in my collection. So honestly, if there's one to pick, that might be the one in my opinion. So let me know in the comments what you think of this collab. I think that Daniela and B are like just the perfect people to come together to create nail polish. It was them plus by Vanessa Molina, who gave us that incredible Zodiac Stones collab that just happened over the past year. So I love collabs. I love when people come together. I love when they create. It's just beautiful. And this collection shows a lot of love and care, and I'm totally here for it. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. And hopefully you grab yourself a sweet little treat in honor of Willy Wonka. Okay, bye.